All right, so this is Kenny Santos out of Toronto, Canada for KennySantos.com. Do you want to know how to make network marketing easier for you? And while this profession is simple, it's not easy. But I could show you how to make it easier. It's hard, but it's worth it. But it's not as hard as working a job that you hate. It's not as hard as doing something you don't like. But I know how to make it easier. And if you want to know how to do that, then stay tuned. But before I get into the content, if you're getting any value from my videos, from my blog, from my channel, anything like that, I invite you to do something super simple. I invite you to like, subscribe, share, and comment. It is a super easy way, and it's a simple way for you to support my blog and to support my channel. You can do so for free. So how do we make network marketing easier? And ultimately, network marketing is all about how much MMA stands for money making activities, or IPA, income producing activities, that you do. If you do enough of those, then you will become more successful in network marketing. A lot of people, they get mixed up. They think they're working the business because they're studying about their product, or they're studying about their comp plan, or they trick themselves into thinking they're working their businesses because they're studying about prospecting. Even you listening to this audio or listening to this video, it's not really working your business. Yeah, you're studying, but the studying doesn't matter unless you take the action. So it's necessary that you take action, and it's necessary that you take action every day. And so what I invite you to do is to set a minimum of time, or maybe a minimum activity that you're going to do each and every day for your business. Now, each and every day doesn't have to be 7 days a week for you. It could, if you're only working Monday to Friday, then do it Monday to Friday. If you want to take Sundays off for spiritual reason, then take Sundays off for spiritual reason. But every day that you are working the business, then I invite you to set a minimum. And this goes for people who are working this business spare time or part-time. All right, if you're working this business, actually, no, it doesn't matter if you're working spare time, full-time, or part-time. You got to have a minimum amount of MMA each and every day. And, at the beginning, the money-making activity is simply going to be prospecting. Yeah, money-making activity includes, things like doing follow-ups and showing presentations, or showing people the information. But if you don't have anyone to do that to, then you must prospect. And what's important is that you are consistent. All right, and you got to do this every single day, and make sure that this activity that you're going to do is small enough that you're going to achieve it every day, but still big enough to make you stretch. And for some people, that might be one person a day. If you have been talking to anyone at all, you talk to one person a day. In Monday to Friday, that's 5 people a week. That's 20 people a month. That's more than you probably did, maybe for some network marketers, all last year, right? Because last year they let the pandemic get in the way. All right. So, but you can't stick to, one person a day for too long. You're going to eventually find out that that's pretty easy to do, and you might bring that up to 2 or 5 or 10 or whatever. But now this is the part, if you're working this business part-time or spare time, I invite you not to set a goal above 10. Don't do double digits if you're not used to doing double digits. You may grow into doing something like that, because it's important, again, that you do it each and every day, and that the activity is small enough that you're actually going to do it, but also big enough that it will make you stretch. So if you're starting with 5 people a day is 25 people a week, more if you're doing it on weekends. 25 people a week is 100 people a month. For most people, that is well more than what most network marketers did in 2020. A pandemic or not, most network marketers, they simply don't talk to 100 people in a year. And that's why they don't end up doing anything. And again, consistency is so much more important than intensity. I've seen so many network marketers, I've been included in this population, where I get inspired or I get motivated. Maybe I went to a company convention, or maybe I just saw this video that made me get motivated, or maybe I heard a story of a new network marketer on my company that they started doing well, and it made me want to go out, and I go and prospect 20, 50 people a day, and I might do that for 3 days, but then I peter down. It's important to remain consistent. It's easier to remain consistent if you set a manageable goal each and every day, an achievable goal each and every day that will make you stretch. And you're going to find out that once you're able to do 1 a day, then up to 5 a day, then 10 a day, that it's a lot easier than you think, because prospecting really isn't that hard. It's just getting started. It's that first couple, it's that first call or two that's hard, because the actual activity isn't hard. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised, especially this year. With the pandemic, we're 10 months into the pandemic. So many more people are open-minded. However, you won't know who they are unless you ask them. And it's a simple question. Are you at all open to making some extra money outside of, whatever they're doing? If you know their profession and they're a mechanic or a realtor, hey, Bob, are you at all open to making some extra money outside of being a mechanic? And so the answer is yes or no. If the guy says, I'm pretty set, I'm pretty busy as a mechanic, then you just got to move on. It's not your job to convince someone to look at the information. It's your job just to find out who is open. And then that's another way to make it easier for you. Switch your goal. When I first started in this profession, I always thought that I had to convince people to join and convince people to look. And I would spend sometimes, 20 minutes, half hour, an hour with someone on the phone that I cold call, just to only talk to one person or maybe a handful of people in a whole hour, when I could have talked to 20 or 30 people. All right. And so talking to 5 people a day, man, that could get done in as easy as 5 minutes or 15 minutes. And that's with setting appointments. All right. It doesn't have to take a long time to grow your business. And I assure you, you work your business, 15 minutes, half hour a day. You do that long enough. If you're doing this part-time or spare time, it can and will grow into a sustainable business that can and will replace your full-time income. And so if you want to make network marketing easier, 2 things. I started with one thing, is just to set a minimum MMA every day and make it achievable. But the second thing is switch your goal when you're prospecting. Instead of trying to convince them, just see who's open, because you don't want anyone who's not open-minded on your team anyway. You don't want anyone who's not a good fit on your team anyway. They will end up wasting your time. And so that's all you got to do to make network marketing easier. Set a minimum MMA, do that, and make sure you stick to it, stay consistent, right? Whether it's the amount of calls you do per day or just the amount of time you do per day. And then also switch your goal from trying to convince someone to join or buy or even look at the information to just seeing who's open to even looking. All right, so I trust you got some great value out of that. Again, I invite you to like, subscribe, share, and comment. If you want to see more videos like this, you can go over my blog. It's kennysantos.com. You can even put your name and email, and you're going to get an awesome audio on growing your business. Now, remember this. Every day, multiple times a day, the universe sends us miracles. We only got to do 2 things about that. We got to recognize those miracles. And, of course, my favorite part, we get to accept those miracles. All right, take care and create a great day.